Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 4. Our topic today is feeling isolated, and I want to start out with a little story. So a couple of years ago, I went to a book signing in New York City, and the author had us pair up and share something that our inner mean girl said to us, something mean we said to ourselves on a regular basis. The other person was supposed to not react at all, just provide a compassionate witness to help us process and get out our shame. And so we partner up, and my partner shares that she felt responsible for her husband's death. And I'm going to be honest, I don't remember all the details, but the gist was that she killed her husband. So I followed the exercise, I provided a compassionate witness and just let her share all her dark thoughts, and then the bell chimed and it was time to switch. So emboldened by her brave sharing, I shared my shame that I didn't have close girlfriends. And I'll never forget, because the room was really quiet, and she shrieked really loudly, "Girl, you don't have girlfriends? What kind of person doesn't have girlfriends?" Somehow killing your husband is something that you can share in a group, but feeling lonely or isolated, now that was a real problem. And to be fair, she was right. It was a real problem. And the reason I didn't have close friends is because I was struggling to tell the truth about what was going on in our house. I lived in this picture perfect town where everyone's child was above average in every conceivable way. And the fact that I felt that we weren't that made it hard for me to share. And so really the loneliness I was feeling wasn't because I wasn't around enough people. It's because I wasn't myself when I was around my friends. Okay? And that's an important distinction, because we can feel lonely and isolated even if on the outside it looks like we have a lot of friends. And as moms of older kids, it can feel a little bit tricky to get the support that you need when your kids are struggling, because we believe our kids have a right to their privacy, and they do. We can fear judgment from other mothers. The problem with that is we're judging ourselves, and then they say something, and because we were already thinking those things about ourselves, it becomes confirmation. So it's the external judgment agreeing with your own internal judgment. And I just didn't want to seem like a loser, because I was comparing the outside Instagram image of their lives to the inside, of our family life. And so I had a totally distorted view of what their lives were really like, but of course I didn't know that at the time. But here's the thing. As parents, we need support from each other. But in order to do that, for that support to be genuine, we have to be genuine in what we share with each other. Otherwise, any connection that we make is going to feel hollow, and we can actually end up feeling lonelier. So your challenge for today is to reach out to someone and say, "Hey," in an authentic way. And we don't just have to share our challenges. It can be just as hard to share good things when everyone is complaining. Okay? If everyone you know is stressed out about the pandemic and you are just excited to have your college student home for a couple of extra weeks, it can feel as challenging to be excited about the things that you're actually happy about. What we're looking for here is genuine sharing, not any particular form of sharing. So I want you to notice where you feel like you could use more connection, and then find a way to get it. Okay? Do you need to text a friend? Do you need to ask your family to sit down for an actual meal instead of just descending in the kitchen like locusts and then scattering back to their rooms? Do you need to connect with yourself and just go outside and have some time in nature? Do you want to connect with me? You can, people have been emailing me and telling me how the challenges are going. And so if you're looking for a connection and you're feeling shy, you can connect with me. Like, that's part of the reason that I wrote the challenge for this week, is because I wanted to connect with more parents like you, in this time when I feel like we all need more connections. So give it a try, and I can't wait to hear how it goes.